Welcome to Shomach Shavan the Daf, your sponsor, Lunishmas Arbi Yakoshom Leabas Yitzchok. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Nun Dalet. The Gemara throughout this Daf comes and gives us the Machlekes, Rabbanon, Rabbi Yudo. How do we learn and how do we know the different Isurim and different Arayas? Where do we learn each one and what's the source for each one? And the Gemara is busy to come and tell us where we find the punishment, the Oynish, for the specific Aveira, and we find the Hazara, where we find the warning. Because, as the Gemara tells us right away in Amud Aleph, Oynish Shamanu, Azar Minayin. Always, for every punishment the Torah speaks about, there must be a warning. There must be a lav. Now, specifically, we talk about Arayas. Here's where things are very, very clear, because there's two parashas in the Torah. Parashas Achimois and Parashas Kedoshim. In Parashas Achimois, we have the list of all the Azaras, all the Lavim, all the warnings of doing Arayas. And then in Parashas Kedoshim, we have the list of all the punishments that you have for these Arayas. And this is something which does need biur. Why specifically by Arayas, the Azara and the Oynish is so clear? Two Parashas in the Torah, a list of Azaras and a list of Oynishim. Kol Torah Kula as well. Every single punishment that we have must have a Azara, must have a warning. But in Arayas, it's organized in a very, very specific way, where you have Parashas Achimois that has the list of the warnings, and Parashas Kedoshim has the list of punishments. And it's Tzarech Iyun, why specifically by Arayas we find that. I couldn't find a source speaking about it. If anybody finds it, please reach out to me. But I'll call upon him. We see from here the rule that there's no such thing as a punishment without a Hazara. And this needs explanation. Why does the Torah have to say Hazara, a warning? Isn't it enough for the Torah to say that if someone does something, he does a Be'ilah with an Erva, so there is a punishment. If there's a punishment, obviously you're not allowed to do it. Why do you have to have a Hazara, you have to have a warning and the punishment? Why you have to have an Oynish and a Hazara? As the Gemara says, Oynish Shamanu, Hazara Minayin. So the Chinuch in Mitzvah Samechtes explains this. And he says, always when we have a punishment, we must have a Hazara. Why is that so? Because without that, one would say, I have a reshus to do what I want. I could do a mitzvah and get rewarded. Or I could do a veira and get punished. It's my choice to do that. If I want to get punished, I can get punished. Who says I should not get punished? Who says that this is now one of the choices that a person has to choose to do something wrong and get punished for it? So the Torah has to give you a warning and say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not want you to do this. I'm warning you not to do it. And then you get punished for it. Without the warning, I would think, okay, it's one of the choices a person has. The Leshem, in the Sefer HaGedomas HaSharim Sharvav Pereches, he's marich in this Nekuda a little bit more. He says, we know that every Yid, as we're going to see Be'ez Hashem, we're getting later to Perek Chelik, Kol Yisrael Yesh Tam Chelek Lo Olam Haba. Every Yid eventually gets to Olam Haba. There's just basically two paths to get there. One path is Derech HaYashar. Person does mitzvahs, he learns Torah, he does what he's supposed to do, and then he gets to Olam Haba. A person who takes the other path, he does an Aveira. He goes against Ratzon Hashem. So what happens? He gets punished. He'll have to go through different Gilgulim and different punishments, and he'll also get to Olam Haba. So maybe a person has the choice to do. I have two ways to get there, so maybe I could choose either way I want. He brings the Medrash and the Sifri, and Parshas Rei, because it says in the Pasuk, says the Medrash, Lefi Shnei Chayim v'Hamovis nosati lefonecha abrocha v'haklolo Shema Yomru Yisrael Hoyil v'nosala Kadosh Baruch v'nenu shnei drachim. Kadosh Baruch gave us two ways, Derech HaChayim v'Derech HaMovis. Neilech be'ezeh mehem sheyirtzeh. Okay, so I could choose anyone I want. Talmud loymar ubocharto b'chayim mantichia tov zarecha. Kadosh Baruch says, no, I want you to choose in the path of life. I want you to choose the toiv, not the ra. Even though both ways lead to the same destination. And he brings in the Ha'ara over there, the Sefer HaChinuch, say that's what the Chinuch means. My Rebbe Moshe Perez Zatzal, always when he used to bring this idea, he connected to here the Beis Halevi in Bereshis. The Beis Halevi says that's the pshat in the Mishnah and Ovis. Schar mitzvah mitzvah, schar aveira aveira. What does it mean? The reward of a mitzvah, the fact that a person gets rewarded for doing a mitzvah, that itself is a mitzvah. Because Baruch Hu want to do mitzvah and get rewarded for it. The schar of aveira, meaning when a person does an aveira and gets punished for it, the fact that he got a punishment is an aveira as well, because he's doing something Baruch Hu doesn't want him to do. Baruch Hu doesn't want him to do an aveira and get punished. So when he does an aveira and gets punished, that itself, that he caused himself to get a punishment, that is aveira as well. That goes against the Ratzon Hashem. Because the Baruch Hu wants us to choose the path of mitzvah of life. And when one does that, gets rewarded, that is the fulfillment of Ratzon Hashem. That's the ideal that Oynish Shemanu Hazor Minai. You know why you need to have a Hazorah? The Hazorah tells you what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from you. He's telling you, please don't do the Aveira and get punished for it. Anyone who wants to join Shomach Shova email us to Hotzuk, please email shomachshova@gmail.com.